Hi, my name's Sean. I'm an addict, grateful recovering addict. I've been here at the Good Shepherd since July of 2020, and I'm grateful to be here. A little bit about my story. I'm from Circleville, Ohio, which is a town about 25 miles south of Columbus. I just, I've dealt with drugs and alcohol all my life, and from the age of 15, I started drinking. I never really thought it would be a problem, later in life. And when I got up to about 26 years old, when my father passed away, and I got $70,000 in inheritance money. And, I was smoking Primo back then, and it was a mixture of cocaine and marijuana. And eventually that led to my biggest addiction, which was crack. And I lost it all. I know material things aren't the end of the world, but, those meant a lot to me now that I look back at it. I wish I still had them. And, especially that Corvette, that meant the world to me. And not just because it was a vet, it was part of my dad too. I don't have anything left of him. The biggest, probably the hardest part of my life was when my mother passed away back in 2016. And, I took that hard. I've never been homeless before, but, there was 2 points coming to this. And, one was there, where I lived with her. I got up to go to work, and I found her passed away on the couch. That was the hardest day of my life, and I still think about it today, but I got other ways to cope with it today. And my coping mechanism was to use. That's all I knew how to do, was use, and abuse. That was me. Any kind of pain that I felt, I would go use. Somebody passed away, I would use. Somebody made me angry, I would use too. I tried to get clean, but I never stayed with AA or got a sponsor until I got to Good Shepherd. And that was the life changer to me. And Woodhaven, it started with picking that phone up, calling Woodhaven. And I spent a lot of time in treatment, 88 days in there. And when I got to Good Shepherd, you find out the first week or two if somebody's gonna make it in there. There's a lot of structure and foundation. When I first got there, we were going to 4 meetings a week, early bird meetings, Monday through Thursday. We had to be there at 6:30 in the morning. I found myself, getting back to a good routine, solid routines. And then I come out to this farm. This is where I clean the chicken coop out. This is service work and cut firewood. And, I got a good job now too. And this all goes back to Good Shepherd. If it wasn't for them, that was 4 months of hard work to get that education. Core construction classes, and I got a car back there today, and she's beautiful. That's my Corvette, even though it's a Saturn. A guy, I went to go get tires for it. See, I can do that today. He said, sir, they put those tires on Corvettes and Mustangs. I said, well, you know what? That is my Corvette. I got a good work ethic today, and it's all thanks to Good Shepherd. I always had a good work ethic, but I lost it. And today I got that back, man. I miss my buddy Jesse and Aaron and Ben, the 3 guys that were at Good Shepherd that's passed away. Those guys keep me sober, I can think of them in a positive way.
Hello, my name is Michael Corser. I'm from Toledo, Ohio. I started working in factories and I injured my foot with a forklift, which the doctor prescribed me a lot of prescription pills, and that not knowing later on that I'd be addicted to opiates. When the doctor decided that he didn't want to give me anymore, I just bought opiates off the streets, and it brought me to a different crowd of people. I started partying, drinking a lot, doing other drugs, and my life was in shambles. My kids, my family didn't want me around, so I decided to go to treatment and get some help. When I got to Good Shepherd Ministry, I didn't have anything. I had a bag of clothes from treatment, a couple pairs of socks, and that was it. A bunch of warrants, fines. So while I was at Good Shepherd, they gave me all the tools and resources to go to all these courts. I took care of all my warrants, paid all my fines. I didn't have a license when I got here. So that money that I paid for all my fines, I got my license back. And my family started trusting me again. I started to bring my kids down. So we have a good relationship now. All my children, my grandkids come down and visit. I started learning responsibility, how to pay bills. I paid rent. And CLC Church helped us get 2 other houses. And we named the one house Deb Littman CLC Church House, and I get the privilege of staying in that house. We're a faith-based program, and we're not directed to go to any certain church. I picked CLC Church as my home church, and I take the Good Shepherd van, and I take some guys that either don't know where their faith is, and show them a way, and introduce them to the church. It's great to pick up people from the treatment center that I was in, or go to the treatment center and talk, and everybody, they want to know more about how I did it and why I'm still doing it.
My name's Robert Cecil. I'm 51 years old. I've struggled with addiction for all my teenage years and all my adult life. There was always this hole inside of me. Always felt unique, different, and I was always looking for something to fill that hole, and started helping somebody who was disabled for about 10 years, and started learning a little bit of responsibility. Stayed sober during those about 10 and a half years. Still couldn't find what I was looking for. The 12-step programs would give me some of what I thought I needed, and during that time I amassed a place to live, cars, things of materialism that I thought that would make me happy, and it didn't. I was more miserable then than I think any time in my life. I contemplated suicide, ended up relapsing after 10 years. And from there, after about 9 years on that relapse, I was homeless. I was on the street, living in a bandos. I think I had successfully drank and did drugs until I had no emotions left. When I was in an alley, I reached out to the only thing I could think of was I reached out to God and I asked for help. And for me, I got a burning bush. Somebody that I was in a treatment program from 36 years ago drove by right when I prayed and got me into a local treatment center. In treatment, I became willing, I became open-minded and teachable. And when I did that, things started to change. I got to the end of the treatment and I'd already had another treatment, sober living set up before I'd even went to treatment. And my counselor asked me, where I'd like to go. And before I could even say anything, she said, have you thought about Good Shepherd? And I was like, well, no. And then right then it hit me. It was like, all my decisions up to this point have been bad. And this person's here to help me. And they think that Good Shepherd would be a good fit for me. And so I said, sure, why not? And she says, well, right there's the phone. Why don't you give him a call? And so I called and I talked to Sean Trapp. A man named Mikey Corser showed up and picked me up. And right then I could feel it. And I'd never tried, I'd been into other rehabs and sober livings, halfway houses, and I never tried a faith-based one. Where most programs are 3 to 6 months, this one, I could stay here as long as I needed to. And for me, I needed longer than that for the psychosis to start leaving and to you know, to build those friendships and that brotherhood that they talk about. Today I have structure, you know, I have people that I can talk to. I sponsor 4 people. Good Shepherd showed me how to bear my own burden. And, you know, this garden right here is what me and about 3 or 4 other gentlemen from Good Shepherd have done. We planted it, we tilled it, we built a greenhouse. We're, you know, we're making things happen, you know, and it's a beautiful thing. It really is.
I always thought I could do this on my own, and little did I know I couldn't, you know. But I can't believe it's taken this long to figure that out. I'm just grateful to be where I'm at, and if it weren't for Good Shepherd, I mean, you know, this place saved my life, and it continues to do that.
If I wasn't at Good Shepherd right now, I could possibly be dead, or I don't know where I'd be. I'd definitely be homeless, probably on the streets, and end up dead. So Good Shepherd has helped me learn how to save my life.
I know what I would be doing today if I wasn't a part of this. I would probably be looking for a way to carry kerosene back to an abandoned house to stay warm. Or I would be trying to, you know, hustle up money, or, you know, to do some type of labor for a few bucks, you know. I mean, I don't really know what else to say except it saved my life. You know, getting sober saved my life. Good Shepherd extended it.